We are on week 2 of rehearsals and there are currently 123 days until opening night. Rent is about a group of friends in the East Village in 90s New York who are all kind of brought together through joint hardships.
It's a group of friends who are brought together through the struggles that they face and the art and the love that they find within those struggles.
Hi, I'm Dan and I am producer, director of Rent, which will be performed at the Joseph Rowntree Theatre between the 10th and 12th of April 2025.
I'm Freya and I'm the assistant director and choreographer for Rent.
Rent for me, years ago, I was obviously a fan of musical theatre, and then I heard that a group nearby me was about to put on Rent, so I decided to give it a watch. And for me, that kind of changed everything. When Inspired by Theatre was Bright Light Musicals Productions, we decided to put on a production of Tick, Tick, Boom, which is a show that covers the story of Jonathan Larson, who wrote Rent. That was kind of a way for me to further explore Larson and his work.
Yeah, I think from someone being very close to you for a very long time, you seeing Rent is when you began talking about and began sort of playing with the idea of creating theatre.
Largely, we really want to respect Larson's original work. Rent has always been a show that's been done in a very similar way every time it's been done, and there's been the odd version of it out there that really decides to shake things up. So our version starts by respecting the original script as much as possible. However, in our version, we want to kind of start by creating a really authentic portrayal of the period of time and the issues that are being faced, and we also want to create a very authentic portrayal of the characters. I work with Matthew and me and Freya to do a chat with you to talk about your character. One of the key things I think we need to get right with Rent is doing an authentic portrayal of our characters, the time period, the issues. There are moments in our version where we are going to kind of expand on the script a little bit and kind of take our own spin on things, which will create some really nice, beautiful moments. So it's been an incredible journey this year with Inspired by Theatre, because we kind of had our first big show on a big stage, and then we had a rebrand. So we really feel like we've made a name for ourselves, and we've built this community of performers which keeps growing even with this show. And it's lovely to see that with American Idiot, the cast and audiences were really kind of affected by that in such a positive way, so that everyone was really eager to come back, and that's kind of what we kind of keep going with, is that really positive community, good quality theatre that everyone keeps wanting to come back to.
I'm Ian and I'm playing the role of Mark.
I'm Dan and I'm going to be playing Roger.
I'm Jess, I'm playing the role of Joanne.
I'm Mikhail, I'm playing Benny.
We worked together on the last production of American Idiot, which was, it seems like 3 years ago, but it's this year, just gone. And we had the best time together as sort of male leads working together. And working together again is going to be amazing.
So auditioning for this show was quite nerve-wracking, but something I really wanted to do. I really wanted to challenge myself again, get back onto the stage. Mikhail contacted me, didn't you, and said, Jess, you need to get in and do an audition for this role. So I thought, why not? Put myself out there, and really enjoyed it though as well. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, I think, you know, like, as soon as I saw Rent, and it was always something that I always saw you in. and I think not a lot of people put that one. So that's why.
The auditions for Rent were an incredibly high standard, which did lead to lots of tough decisions, which is, for us, is a nice place to be, but also kind of on a personal level with a lot of the people who auditioned makes it very tough because we have to make those tough decisions.
Yeah, like you say, it was an incredibly high standard at Trent that we had a Friday evening of very, very easy decisions, and then a Saturday and a Sunday where it just got ridiculously tough. We sort of felt like we'd seen incredible performers and gone, this is amazing, we're going to have a brilliant cast. Oh, there's another 10, oh, there's another 20, there's another 30. Suddenly you've seen over 40 auditions of an incredibly high standard for a cast of 19.
I initially went for Mark and Roger because everyone, as we've seen, went, you're Roger, straight off the bat. So initially I went for Mark to sort of escape from typecasting, but I think with Roger there's so much character-wise to explore, and obviously no two versions of Rent are going to be the same, and I think that Dan has got so many ideas of how to take the characters that when I went in for the audition and sang Once on Glory, Roger's song, everything just kind of clicked into place.
I already knew Matthew, Freya, and Dan, and we've done shows together prior to this. And Rent was a big dream for Dan to do, and I knew that as soon as I heard about it, I also wanted to be part of it. That's basically. Yeah, of course, that was it.
But with regards to the audition process, I have very little memory of it because I blanked out. It just kind of happened, and I know I did some things good and some things not so good. We must have done something right to get Mark.
Again, I did sort of blank out a lot of bits, especially when you sort of walk out the room and you go, I have no idea where the last 10 minutes have gone. But everything sort of felt right, singing one song, Glory, and then going from there, obviously getting an email saying you've got the part as Roger, and knowing that I'm going to be playing opposite you when you're playing Mark.
So we've just in rehearsal been practicing What You Own, and it was it came together very quickly.
Yeah.
Which was kind of cool. It's us two with split harmonies throughout. It's a great number, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds incredible. It's got depth. It's got power. The harmonies are beautiful, and your voice is just wait till you hear him sing on stage with a full band and everyone behind it. You are brilliant.
Yeah, you're the same. Like you sound absolutely beautiful as well.
That's how we
The choreography for Rent will be incredibly contemporary. Our inspiration comes from Jonathan Larson and from the story. We work very closely together to look at the script, to look at the context and come up with a vision. You tell me what you want the audience to think and feel. I turn that into some sort of movement, and hopefully that
it's interesting being a director who has little to no dance ability and certainly no choreography ability. So I very much have a vision of a show in my head, and when it comes to the dance, there's kind of something there, but it's just kind of blurred, and you help unblur.
bring it into focus.
So hearing the cast sing for the first time last week was, well, they sang Seasons of Love and I'll Cover You Reprise. So we managed to get the whole cast together to sing a couple of the ensemble numbers, and there's just this moment when everyone starts singing where everyone starts to kind of look around and be like, wow. And that's certainly what we were doing at the back of the room as well.
There's an incredible sense of sort of justification suddenly in all those discussions and decisions and all that time and effort that's gone into it, to suddenly hear this group of people sing together and go, oh my goodness, yes, this is exactly what it should be, and this is day one. It's going to get so much better.
It's a big cast, and we had the majority of people there, which was really great. so we could hear all the different vocal parts come together. And what was amazing was how many people knew so much of the show already. And if not, then how easily some of the harmonies were picked up. So Matthew taught us through things like Seasons of Love, which realistically we all know, but who knows the 4 different parts of harmony. It took no time at all, did it, for people to grasp the show, the harmonies of that number, and then to be able to put it into something beautiful, which I think someone recorded last week. It was great, and it was so much fun as well.
We were the soloists.
Yeah, I loved it. I think there's nothing better than that moment when you hear all the harmonies come together. And also, like, I only knew you. I didn't know anybody else. I had no idea what everyone's vocal ability was, and I was just like, kind of like singing with everybody, just going, "Wow, this is actually going to be an amazing show." You know, everybody sounded so great, didn't they?
Yeah, I think doing Seasons of Love, you know, it's such an iconic song, and you know that in every concert and every show they've done it already. You know, you can go like the same iteration over and over again, but I think that was the first time I thought that was quite a fresh take for something in New York especially. You know, and in all honesty, like, I think having 2 people of color singing the song, you know, that is very much sung by people of color, I think it was a very, very wonderful moment in my head. It's like, yeah, that's not a thing.
It's 2 bars. Seasons of love, seasons of love. Stay on that D, okay? Ignore what they're doing because they're then going. Okay? So it should. So get that at the end. Okay?
We're very early in the process, like you say. We've had auditions, we've had 1 rehearsal, there's 123 days, we've got a lot of work to do, we've got a long way to go, a lot of planning, a lot of rehearsing, a lot of very intense conversations to have, but we're so excited to get stuck in and to really get into it now. You know, it's been up in the air, it's been planned for so long, it's all on paper. So to get into a room with a cast and do it.
Yeah, with this cast especially, I'm really excited to see what they can do. Half the cast we knew beforehand, and half the cast they're new to us. So we're really excited to see how it goes, and we're really excited for the show next year.
What's it like working with Matthew specifically?
Sorry. Matthew is...
Be nice to hurt you.
I know, he's going to watch this one.